Hi, I'm Dawn Woods. I'm Member Development Librarian for the School Library Association. I have had a few years' experience working in school libraries, and I've obviously not experienced this recent pandemic, just as nobody else has. So it's been a huge learning curve for everyone. We have had to learn as we go along. We've had to use our experience of other things and amend things. But what we do realise from the SLA is that mental health of everybody in schools is so important. We have come up with top 5 tips, not necessarily in the order I'm going to talk about them, because the first tip I was going to mention is library resources. Now that's mainly first because when people think of libraries, that's what they think of, resources. So take a look at your resources, take a moment to see what books you've got on all the different issues such as bullying, bereavement. That's going to be very important. Mood swings, self-harm, anxiety. And there are so many wonderful titles out there, fiction and non-fiction, from the very, very young up into further education. Sometimes fiction books help reading about other people experiencing things. We've got a range of excellent fiction titles out there as well as non-fiction, which will help. Will they provide the bibliotherapy that children are going to need in schools? If you're not sure what to buy, you know that you need more titles in your school library, look on the SLA website. We can help. We can ask us, we can help. But there are also the Empathy Lab lists, the Read for Empathy lists, which have been published every year for the past 2 or 3 years, and there's another one coming out. There's reading agency Shelf Help. They do some excellent non-fiction as well as fiction. So look at those. Can you offer any of those? So children will be returning to school having experienced a wide range of emotions. They will be elated at coming back, seeing their friends and a bit of normality. They'll be sad because of what they've experienced. Many of them will have experienced bereavement. That is quite normal to this abnormal situation. So be aware of the stolen rites of passage from some of these children. The year 6s coming up to start a strange place that they've probably actually never been in, which is very unusual. Year 16-year-olds going on to further education. Okay, they've not had to take exams, but actually that's not necessarily a good thing. It's something that's been taken away from them that they were working up towards, and something we've all experienced, and suddenly not have to do it. It's just a bit of a shock to the system, really. So look at your books, and if you need extra resources, put in a case for getting those. The next tip is listen. Listen to what your children are telling you, what your students are coming in asking for, and what they're also not asking for. Communication is so important. You can perhaps have posters up of the Shout helpline, the child line, one space for under 25s. So have those available so that the students can come in and see without having to ask. But they also might ask you themselves, so listen, stop what you're doing, listen to them. Wellbeing through reading is a package that offers surveys to measure children's attitudes. There's an offer on the SLA website that means you can get your SLA membership included in that, as well as access to lots of different surveys, and you can use that before the children actually come into school. I'm sure that a lot of your SLT are in contact with students, more so than any other time. So they might be able to send something out for you. And it is a whole school package, so do have a look and explore that. We have got a new publication coming out soon. Barbara Band's new publication tells you some of the signs to look for. That's focused on well-being. It's got a foreword by Stephen Buckley, Head of Information of Mind. So there's an awful lot of information in that. So do take a look at that when it's published at the beginning of the summer. Tip 3 is think about your activities you offer. Sustained engagement may be out of the window. They probably can't concentrate as much as they used to be able to. They're out of the habit. They are out of the routine. So offer different things, perhaps some mindfulness activities, some colouring. Mental wellbeing is now a statutory part of the curriculum from September 2020. It's part of relationships, sex and health education. So schools are going to be implementing it over a phased implementation stage. So find out what your school is doing, find out the plan, what the curriculum is, where you can fit in. If you've not seen it, ask. So do get involved with that so that you offer that to children. Tip 4 is thinking about the library as sanctuary. Your library may not be used in the way that you have been using it as a sanctuary previously, because we all know that a library is more than just resources. It's that place students can go. They may not be able to use it in the same way, but think about how you can use it and continue to offer that library as a sanctuary. Think about your pastoral role and just allow them to escape if they want to from other students. And the final tip, not necessarily because I think it's least important, but because we all know that you will prioritise your students, but think about your own mental health. Focus on everything that you can do something about. If you're not happy being asked to do something, talk to your line manager. Talk about how you can get some situation where you are happy with. Just do different things so that you're not working constantly. Break up your working day, which will probably be different. Just perhaps do a few star jumps or play music. Just don't work all the time. Think about what you need and think about your own needs and don't dismiss them because the students are more important. You are important. The SLA is going to be offering a lot more help with mental health issues and the library with mental health. We are going to focus on that for the School Librarian September issue. It is a focus, there's different articles in that. We're going to be releasing different articles and help and support, including webinars over the summer. So that's throughout August, because we recognise this year more than ever schools are just going to continue working. Everyone's thinking about work, which they perhaps never have done so constantly before. So keep an eye on the website. watch what we're doing for August and September, and we hope we can help you. Thank you.